Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. My guest Colin Geddis, and I very nearly said the General Banter podcast, but it's not. It's the Tea With Me podcast, and the guy from General Banter is on this podcast. My mind is blown. It's the beige boy here, Shaney T. It's a good time this week. You're going to really enjoy this episode with Colin. I got to plug a couple of things before we get into it. Number one is the Patreon, or if you're French, Patron. Patreon.com/teawithmepodcast. We do a bonus episode on a Monday. Yes. Do we do a live stream episode on a Friday? Also yes. Are we planning to get a live actual show going, like in person with faces? Yes. And will you hear about it first on Patreon? Also yes. Patreon.com/teawithmepodcast. Also, I'm doing the SSE Arena 6th and 13th of November. Tickets are on Ticketmaster or the SSE website. The first one, I think on the 6th, is sold out. Still some tickets left for the 13th. Brand new stand-up show. Come to that. I'm doing an outdoor tour called The Outsider. All shows are, wait for it, not inside. They're outdoor. It's the full outdoor tour. We're adding dates left, right and centre. We're selling out like the English Premier League. All over the place. So come to that if you would like to, but if you don't want to, don't go. We have a sponsor. Our sponsor, as always, is Manscaped. And Dan always says, pick the wee thing up and turn it on. Listen to this. Oh. Manscaped are a big sponsor for us. You know, sometimes when you're shaving yourself down there, when you're taking care of your man garden, when you're a guy, and when you're taking care of yourself, sometimes afterwards it looks like, you know, your piece has been 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua. That's not what we want. You're cut up, you're bruised, you're bloody, you're not looking good. With the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0, smooth sailing. I shouldn't have gone because that sounds like a slit. That's not what's going to happen when you use the Lawnmower 3.0. Basically, we've all been there. We've all cut ourselves before. We've all had little accidents. We've all had little nicks. Okay, little nick carders. Not with the Lawnmower 3.0. Okay, it's as smooth as a baby's arse. It's weird to say arse and not bottom, isn't it? But there you go. Look, we use this in studio. I use it. Dan uses it. Mike uses it. I use mine on myself. Dan uses his on Mike. Mike uses his on Dan. In fact, they're doing it right now. Oh my God. They're doing it. Oh, stop that for God's sake. They're doing it right now. And it's not the front gardens they're tending to, if you catch my drift. And, jumped there. You go to manscaped.com, use the code TEAWITHME for 20% off and free shipping. They have a full range of men's grooming products for your undercarriage. They've got ball wipes, ball toner, ball deodorant. They've got the Lawnmower 3.0. They've got stuff for your nose hair, your ear hair, essentially. If you just want to respect yourself more, go to manscaped.com. Use the code TEAWITHME for 20% off free shipping. This is a Tea With Me episode with my guest, Mr. Colin Geddis. Everything opens up on Friday. Are you arsed?
Have we started?
Yeah.
What opens up?
Everything. You can go drinking.
I had this conversation last night with my good friend Begley, and we said there's a lot of going to people's houses to get drunk before I entertain the idea of going to a bar.
Yeah.
You know, so you just be doing the rounds.
What you feel like you wouldn't know, you can't remember what it's like to go out and be in a bar, so you need to just get a bit of match practice in.
Maybe. But there's rules. They're not allowed music and stuff, are they? So you just have to sit there like.
Yeah.
Oh, are you hammered? I tell you how freaked out I am at real life today. I was driving along that Sydenham bypass and forgot the planes were planes, and one just went across the front of the car, and I was like, "Fucking hell!" Forgot where I was for a second. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I always look up at planes in the sky and go, where are they going? You know what I mean? Like, it's sneaky,
I think this one was going to the airport. Seeing it was fucking 10 feet off the floor.
The idea of flying somewhere freaks me out now. You know, like, you know, everyone goes, if it was like this all the time, you'd never leave and that kind of thing. I'm a local guy now.
If it's like sunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm local now. Like, I like to just be around my own house.
You should get a residency. Well, you don't live in Hollywood, do you?
No.
I'll not say where you live.
Well, what do you mean I should get a residency? Where?
Just here. Like you're a retired person, like an old comedian in fucking Las
Vegas.
Yeah,
people come to me.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle's garden.
Yeah.
I can have 12
See what nights
around.
he's not doing his garden and you do it.
I mean, I don't think I would be bothered going back to. I mean, obviously, I want to go back to a bar to do stand up, but I don't think I want to go back to a bar to go back to a bar. You know what I mean? Sitting and drinking. It's the admin of that.
Yeah, fuck that. I've been, or just the inconvenience.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck are these people in front of me? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get a drink here, and then they give you a drink that's the size of an actual drink.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is this horse shit here? 2 drinks I'll get out of a 10 glass.
Yeah.
And that's it. I've been drunk for 3 weeks.
You don't really drink much anymore, so you
don't? Well, not if you'd asked me a month ago, I'd have said no.
You're back
but
on
the fucking,
I'm just back.
But not in a bad way. Like I'm enjoying it this time.
Yeah,
I was drinking for the crack, and now the baby's sleeping a bit more.
Professionally.
I'm like, yeah. If you got him okay, if you got him the bottle and the door closed, like, straight away.
Daddy's turn for the bottle.
Daddy special bottle, which comes straight off in 12 tins. Know what I mean? Lit the fire. I've got a General Banter branded fire pit.
You were to say,
you know what I mean?
Fire alarm. There's nothing he's not into.
I've got a cover, baby. Don't worry about it.
People on UTV News being like, yeah, whole house burnt down, everything wrecked, but we're lucky to get out of there alive. And so the guy has to because you sold it to him for a deal. But we thank Colin Geddis at General Banter.
Shout out to General Banter fire alarms. Reliable. And
just firing someone's house in the theme tune for your podcast starts. Welcome to the General Fuck.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, this guy one time was like, man, I'll do you like a General Banter fire pit for free. And I went, sweet. But he cut all the letters out, so the fucking smoke just goes everywhere.
Right.
Because he cut it out of the chimney. You know what I mean? So there's no like flue. Is that the word? It doesn't go like.
Don't ask me.
I don't know. But I felt like ringing him back and being like, he's like, do you like it, Mom? I was like, yeah, but I might as well let a fire on the floor because it's not contained at all. I should just turn like on a bin lid and set it on fire.
Someone, I was actually looking at Fireplaces recently, and someone sounds like they started a one-liner, and the guy was talking to me about the flu. And that's where they get you money-wise, because he's looking at me like he knows I don't know what a flu is.
Yeah.
He's like, your flu's included. Oh, that's good. That's good. Don't want to have to outsource my flu.
Is there not enough flu kicking about these days? Nigel? What sort of gangsters are working in a fireplace place?
Alan Irwin used to work in a fireplace place. Fellow local comedian Alan Irwin. You need someone you know in everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need to know someone.
I feel like he would be the one normal one that ends up writing a sitcom about it.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are out of their mind.
I mean, it's weird. Like when you think of comedians' jobs, like I can only picture people we know that do stand up doing stand up. If you know what I mean. Like, you know that I find the fact that, and it's not funny, but that you used to work in the cafe at Belfast Zoo. Like, I find that so funny, and I don't know why.
It is hilarious.
It's the idea
because
now.
You'd have to talk your way out. And it was one of those jobs where like my mate worked in it, and he's like, I was like, I'm fucking skint or whatever, and he's like, I'll get you a job. And the next morning it was like chopping fucking peppers in a cafe. Like, just, what am I doing here? But like, that, I mean, like, you would always, it was the conversation over and over again was, oh, I work at the zoo. What do you do? Fight peacocks? And I was like, no, make chips. And then it was just all lads. It was amazing.
I was in Seaford Butterfly Sanctuary recently, and sitting on, it was like beautiful.
For lunch, or?
Yeah.
I went there once, right, and did a wee lap around the thing and came out, and I said, the guy was like, how much, what do you win if you kill them all? And the guy was just like, excuse me? Because like the guy that's working at the fucking butterfly place, you know what I mean? He's not a fucking normal guy.
Just you clapping the whole way around.
He's like, this is serious. They got the one guy that's in the butterflies. This is very serious business. And if you were to kill all of these butterflies, the ecosystem in Northern Ireland would fall to pieces. He's like, I was only joking.
You think the troubles is bad now? If you were to kill a dozen of these, it'd be even worse.
Ever heard of the butterfly effect? If you kill all
he's
these
so smug about that one.
Yeah. Ever heard of a little thing called the butterfly effect? The butterfly agreement?
And it doesn't make sense. He's like, if you kill 12 of those, you've killed 12 butterflies. You're like, I know, but it doesn't go further.
I kill one, they all run away. But here, best fucking £18 I've ever spent. So.
I did the stingy thing of like went,
brought your own butterflies. The back of the Jeep, open the fucking Spider-Man lunchbox, like. That one died.
I'm the guy at prom that would get it wrong and release butterflies out of them.
At prom?
Yeah.
I love those ones where like two people have doves and one person releases one and the other one's just throttled it by accident because they're so nervous and it just fucking. Sorry, we'll cut that. We'll dip that out.
Someone was shooting at us.
In Hollywood.
I think someone I know genuinely did pigeons at a formal.
Oh, okay.
You know, like his uncle, like
they did pigeons.
Was like, a guy that does pigeons.
What drug is this?
And just let a couple of them off instead of your doves. Yeah, big nerf.
Can you just drop kick it?
We go to the gardens.
Two manky pigeons with no feet.
But then go into the sanctuary, and I'm sitting like giving my son a yogurt on the grass. All of a sudden, my wife's like, "Here, don't worry, but there's peacock just approaching you." And I went, "Is there?" Turn around, genuinely about a foot away from a peacock. And I figured out in that situation, I'm not a good parent because it was him or me, and it was definitely him.
You just grabbed the baby like a meat shield.
Just started using him by the arms.
Was it a boy peacock or a girl one?
How do you know?
Because the girl one is hugely disappointing looking.
What?
The boy peacock is fucking fucking gay and
right.
The girl one could be a chicken. You've no idea. Like there's no fucking.
Are you sure you're not just confused between peacocks and chickens?
I mean, Google that for fuck's sake.
The
guy one is all like flexing, and the girl one's just like, well, I'll fucking be getting the ride anyway, so just I'll just sit here with the brown fellers.
I thought peacocks were female. You know what I mean?
Just across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
But then how would you have any more of them? I guess.
Exactly. But I remember when I used to.
Here. BBC Nature series, The Boys.
Welcome back. You know those long shots where you walk towards the camera for like 90 seconds.
We're here today figuring out how peacocks reproduce.
Female peacock or chicken, and that's just a half hour.
Yeah,
that's just us checking.
Yeah, it's one of them games you put your hand through a box.
Well, that'll be better.
And you just
that could get us into trouble.
I think it's chicken.
Well, if you put it through a box, it is definitely female. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any other crack?
Comedy. With look, I don't know about you, but how do you feel about shows coming back? Are you feeling good? Are you loose?
I didn't give a fuck at all.
Oh, that's good.
And then I was getting some, dates cropping up, like, oh, this is in the books now, and I was talking a bit of a life coach type person,
Mm-hmm.
Susie Turner did my podcast, and we were talking about workflows and things to do, and she gave me a few techniques to use.
For what? For just being on stage?
No, just like
in general life,
day-to-day stuff. Like I happened to mention, I was like, oh, I always feel like I've no time and fucking whatever, and she's like, you do have time. It's just like what you prioritize, whatever. So I was able to like write on top of other things I was doing. So like in about a week, I had fucking like 10 new bits, just because I was using what I would think is like dead time.
Right.
Driving or like just walking around with a baby, whatever.
You with an A4 notepad driving in the car.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nightmare. Yeah. So trying to write when you're turning the wheel on the fucking.
But is that deep? Is like working with a life coach? Do you like?
No.
Or is it whatever you want it to be? Kind of.
It's well, she does a whole load of different stuff, but like. She usually works with high functioning people. You're not going in there a total mess. You're just like, I have a certain block about whatever. Right. And then she's just like, why don't you try writing on top of a habit you already have or whatever. So it's like anytime I was just walking around the field with a baby, I would just take a topic and just think about it, and when I got back, record it. Which it didn't cross my... like speaking into the thing? Didn't cross my mind for fucking 18 months. I was like, every time I was walking around, I was like, Jesus Christ, get this over with. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean? It was like, I have stuff to do here, whatever. But then, once I started writing new stuff, I was like, can't wait the gig now.
Oh, also, there's definitely that time with the baby where it's like, like the kind of like end time of the night, where you're like, oh, okay. With 15 minutes here, home straight.
Yeah.
And it's just that glory.
Like Eddie will run around, and as soon as he goes like, and touches his eye, I'm like, fucking dump tackle him down to the floor and get him, go, get in the fucking shower. Fucking shampoo all over, get him upstairs.
I've never thought about just recording, like speaking.
Well, do you know what's good? If you can get one of those, like a reel or a TikTok or something, the way you can
Dictaphone?
We can use whatever you want.
No, I really want one of those.
Well, I was thinking the thing where you press it and it records in increments instead of just like hit and go on a video.
Oh, okay.
So you just fucking... It is like a dictaphone with a video. So you walk and you go, so the premise is, fucking whatever.
Peacock or chicken?
Yeah. Male peacock, female chicken. What are we talking? But you just do it in wee bits till you think of the next line. Da 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 da. I did a bit about conversion therapy the other day. I was walking around with my child.
Right.
Gays, can you cure them?
You know what I mean?
I mean, anybody who is a conversion therapist.
Where are they doing this?
What do you mean?
Where the fuck is it within the church or is it like in the inn shops? Where do you, is there like a conversion? Look in the window and you're like, they don't look busy. I wouldn't go into that one.
I think you go to them. You know what I
but
mean?
where are they? People are debating.
Can I
about
guess?
it,
Can I guess? Palomino.
Oh, yeah. Where are you?
Let me guess. One of 4 towns. I'd say.
Imagine. I mean, talk about a sketch waiting to happen.
Yeah, imagine just being very new to the job and that, just checking your sheet.
Just let me put this wee ring round your penis here, and if you're to get some sort of half a chub going on, that'll read out here on the MacBook Pro.
Just showing you hunks.
Yeah. There
Anything.
you go. That's, and they show you a peacock. That's a male one. And you're getting a bit turgid.
But it's the sort of thing where like anyone who is the therapist, like why are you in that? You know what I mean?
Well, sure, Louis Theroux did the thing, and the guy was like, "Yeah, we're here with Jan. I'm the conversion therapist. He's like eye contact with him. Like, he's been doing really well, haven't you? He's been completing all his tasks, and doing all the workshops and everything. Just cut to them, fucking
Yeah.
just railing him in the ass.
Yeah. Anything?
Yeah.
Anything? No. You're
Guys
doing
up
great.
at 6 in the morning, like, I think I need to go back to conversion therapy. Okay, son, good boy.
I'm gonna suck your dick. If you start to get hard, let me know. Tap my shoulder.
That's exactly. That's some of them DUP ones are like, just to prove I'm not a homosexual, I'm gonna suck this fella's phallus, and it'll mean nothing to me.
This young gentleman's gonna fuck me. I will not get hard. I will not get hard.
Like when Gandhi used to like sleep with fucking
13
girls.
months.
He's like, just to prove how I can resist temptation. Let me just stay in overnight with these like fucking 18-year-old or probably fucking younger.
Wait,
was it like 14-year-olds?
13-year-olds.
Was there not some quote where he was like, fucking rough going there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't it.
Fucking 3 o'clock in the morning there, I was dipping it in cold water to try and
Quote from
kill it off.
Quote from Gandhi, just posted on a mountain landscape. Fuck me, that was hectic.
And he's got a boner through his wee white sheet. First thing in the morning, he's like, I made it.
So I had the white sheet. Yeah. Full tent by the end of it. Oh, Gandhi. Oh.
Gandhi's boner. What?
I said that like I knew him. Oh, Gandhi.
Gandhi, what's he like?
But I think Gandhi.
Yeah, back to serious.
He wasn't like I don't think he was. Everybody loved him, and I think that's a reason Pakistan formed, because Gandhi basically tried to get everyone to be, I don't know if he was Buddhist or something, one of the ones he was, and then everyone else was like, no, the guy's shit. So they formed Pakistan so it could be a Muslim country.
And how do you know that and not know the peacock fellas look different? The girl peacocks.
Girl peacocks.
Peavage.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there any bit of history that really excites you? Like, is there anything you're like on the side like really into, but like you don't really tell people? Like, is there a wee bit where you go like, oh,
apartheid gives me a root like. I'm fucking. I mean, like when I started. The Holocaust gets me fucking a bit stiff, but
yeah, which would be acceptable in conversion therapy. It's like, well, we're okay with that.
As long as it's not just another man's asshole.
Just not if it's Jason Momoa, you know?
Yeah.
Mandela, yes. Momoa, no.
Oh, fuck me. Is there any bit of history? I quite like Vietnam War stuff for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I was in Vietnam.
Yeah, the war.
Yeah. I look good for my age.
Apparently there's guys that like soldiers that were in the jungle that only came out like not that long, not like came out, but like were in deep, hidden during the war and just never got told. Here,
Oh, I thought you
It's
meant
done.
came out like as gay.
I'm sure there was gentlemen in bunk beds away from the wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
See you
I
going.
don't know. Was that like they were so deep in the forest, and then they're like the war's over, and they're still.
They're going, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, you're 97 now. He's like, yeah.
You're full of shit. Fuck's sake.
See, like, I get like the culture of Vietnam. I get that it's like so different to hear all the experiences. But like when you were telling me about it, and you're saying about, like street food, and you're staying in like, and
You
it's
would not
really
like
warm inside.
You wouldn't like it. No, you wouldn't like
If
it.
I could beat, have you seen the Jake Gyllenhaal Boy in the Bubble?
No.
It's like a boy who because he has all these allergies. I mean, it's very apt. He lives in a bubble, and his mum and dad like put food into like a hatch. Very good film. Jake Gyllenhaal's like a kid in it. I'd go to Vietnam in a bubble. You know what I mean? With my comforts.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it. It's like you look around and like no one's wearing trainers. Everybody's wearing like flip flops because you wouldn't wear your trainers out because they would just be stinking and it's too warm.
Yeah.
So you take the hit of wearing the flip flops and just getting like manky feet.
Do you scooter? You do scooter and all that kind
Did some scooter and crashed into a wall.
of. Why?
Because we did the whole fucking like high van pass, which is like a famous like they did in like Top Gear and all that shit.
Right.
But the whole way fucking round, mooring on the back was all good. And like had I known, like if say someone went like, here's some footage of the road you're gonna be on, I would have went, no fucking way.
Right.
Because you're in the moment and you're like, is this 7 lanes? Is this a 7-lane fucking motorway? It's just like, and lorries just going in and out, like literally like lorries full of stones and stuff, just fucking shit falling off.
Right.
Like fucking Mario Kart, you're trying to go around it. And then we got the whole way back, and Sean, who was sort of our guide because he lived there, he was like, like pull in. The universal.
It's
pull
about
in
slam
here.
dunk.
Pull in here for Kobe for food. So I got the whole way, miles and miles and miles, like fucking 8-hour drive on this thing. I got right to the end, and he was like, all the curbs are quite high, but then they just dump a load of cement on it so you can like bump your scooter up.
Right.
But I got to the thing and I was like, there's 2 people in the scooter, and then Maureen like sort of hopped off, and I just went like bang, and just like. From like fucking here to that desk, just no distance at all. Just because the weight came off and I had the throttle on, it just went and just kind of hopped off awkwardly. And I was like, just so embarrassed after the whole trek that we just did. And then I have 3 meters to go, and I just plowed into a wall.
Was there any spiders or anything?
No, I didn't see anything in the scooter.
No, just in Vietnam in general. Like
I didn't see anything weird.
Like I'm very worried. Like sometimes I'll even be staying like a holiday in like London, and I'm worried about
That there's a
snakes,
spider in there.
anything like that.
Okay.
I saw a scorpion in a drain in Portugal once, and nobody believed me. And then nearly died.
What are you doing in a drain?
What?
What are you doing in a drain?
Our accommodation didn't work out. I broke my collarbone just before we went.
What am I
to
talking
Portugal.
about? I stayed in a place in Vietnam, and obviously Sean, who lived there, was used to the level of fucking poverty.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is grand. And I was like, we're on holiday. Like, if we have to stretch to £30 a night for a toilet, I'll do it. But then that was in the bathroom, there was just a hole. It wasn't a window or anything. It was just a square hole for ventilation. And I just woke up in the morning, and I was like, no, that was it. I'd eaten like a fucking Kinder Bueno or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Home comforts.
Yeah.
Threw it in the floor. Maureen woke me up, and there's this noise, and there's a cockroach in the little cellophane like condom that you get for the Bueno.
I was gonna say the Kinder Surprises are really cheap.
It was very lifelike. But I went in head first and was kind of trapped, and I beat the fuck out of it. Like did you ever try and kill a cockroach? You need a fucking like mallet. I was like, boom. I had it was like a 2 liter of water, and I was like, fuck it. I just was still moving in it, and I was like, I remember, I think I put my shoe on and tied the shoe and was like fucking kicking the fuck out of it. And then we're like, hey,
That's why you got sacked from the zoo.
Yeah. I was like trying to relax, and then there was more noise, and I couldn't figure out where it came from. And then there was like a phone in the hotel room,
Right.
and I lifted it, and there was a full lizard under it, and it just ran up the wall. It's under the phone, like.
If that's me, right? There's a chopper coming to pick me up to take me out of Asia.
Oh yeah.
Like that night, I'm not hanging about.
But the thing was, like, we just got bad luck because we went up to Sean's room in the morning and he got a lovely room.
Right.
I think we just got a bad room.
Right.
You know what I mean?
With the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
no.
cats fucking outside all night.
No, I'd hate that. Like holes for toilets and that kind of thing. On Sunday, I need to go for a piss, and we were out in like a nice part of County Down.
Oh no.
And I went for a piss behind some recycling bins, and it's one of those ones. I don't know about you, but since I've become a dad, I'll do that thing more easily. You know, of like, so what I mean is, I'm out with a family, need to go for a piss beforehand.
Yeah, your sort of airs and graces are like out the window.
I go away to try and find somewhere, you know, like dignified or wait.
Yeah.
But now I'm a dad, sort of like, now you can go. You know what I mean? There's less caring or something. You know what I mean? It's like, I know I just need to get this done.
Yeah.
And I went behind some like bottle banks recycling, and I was like, happy days. I'm blocked from the car park where we were beside, and I was going, but then I realised there's a fence between me and the road with like large gaps. So if anybody had to walk past, I'd be done. But I don't care about that sort of thing really as much, just because I'm a dad, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, I know, but I've got the child over there.
Yeah.
If that in any way makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like if you had to defend the situation, you're like, listen, I've got the child here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I'd be really weird about that.
Yeah. I'm just wanking, leave me alone.
I would have gone like to sea to do, you know.
Yeah.
I would have taken a boat out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you just fucking, you do what you have to do in the moment.
See, when I was about 12.
You could just wrap a nappy around your cock and just blast away.
No, it might have been a cockroach in it. I really needed, when I was 12, I was like hanging out with mates somewhere not close to home, and I really need to piss. And you know, like some terraced housing, you'll get like a big alleyway down the back, but it's like one big alleyway,
Aye.
all the houses
Full of
back
bins.
onto it. Yeah, so there's exactly, so there's nobody about. It's like a Sunday morning or something, and I was like, I'll just go here. Went for a piss, and you know, at that age, your bottoms are a bit further down.
Okay.
You know, like as you get older,
Yeah.
your bottoms, you just have it out, but back then they're a wee bit more, you just like a bit more of a
Now
gap.
you take your dick out, then you just revealed it.
Just the top now, you know what I mean, like just enough, but back then it was a bit more, and I'm pissing, and like the archetypal like bald Belfast guy comes out, like as soon as I start as in a Leeds United shirt, as soon as I started pissing, like at the second I started, what are you doing, fuck away off, but I just started, so I'm like, oh sorry, and had to do like the worst like walk and piss, and it was a piss that would not end, like it wasn't stopping at any point, and the guy just he's like, fuck away off, just on his arms, you know what I mean, fuck away off, and I'm sorry man, I'm sorry, and I just had to walk and piss for what felt like a mile with this guy behind me, and I couldn't go quick, and I'm sure there was piss in my tracksuit bottoms, and it was a bad time. Whereas now I'll just go in the street, I don't mind. Because my excuse always is, the child's over there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Got the child in the
Don't
car.
excuse me. People are like, you just took that stuff without paying that shop. I've got the child in the car. It's okay.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't think either of our babies are old enough yet, but we're like, you'll see someone at the side of the road doing the old dangle with the baby.
Oh, for a piss?
The baby's just shouting all over the floor.
Oh, no.
Not necessarily, but I've seen that. You know, people doing the like.
I was at a motorbike racing thing when I was a kid with my dad, and I was like, I need to go to the toilet. And I was old enough to specify what I needed to do, but I just left it at the toilet. And my dad goes, right. And my dad goes, come on into the car. I said, Dad, I really need to go. I was like 5 or something. I was like, I really need to go.
Dallas, I'm fucking touching cloth here. Will you fucking wrap it up? Jesus Christ.
He gets a plastic bag. He goes, puts the seat down, was sat in the back. He goes, squat over this, and he holds the bag under my arse. But then he forgot, and I did too, that when you shit, you piss. So he like, held the bag under, and I was like getting ready to go, and then it was shoo, all over the car. I was like, you fucking bastard. It was so bad. Yeah, if my son did that, I'd just stop
age
contact.
were you?
15. No, I was maybe like 5.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to... Piss stories.
Piss story.
Piss story. Don't know, can't remember.
When you do go for those ones that are in places you shouldn't go, they feel a lot better. You know,
and you're like pissing for like fucking 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
You've never pissed as long in your life.
Yeah, you really enjoy it. Yeah.
Get aware you're breathing and all. I remember going out. Someone always pisses on like a bus to a fucking festival or something.
Yeah.
I remember a guy. I think we were going to Oxygen or something. And he pissed in a McDonald's cup, put the lid on, and it just he set it there. It just sat there the whole journey. It was like fine.
Yeah.
And then of course like the last fucking like where it stopped in the car park.
You downed it.
Just piss everywhere. I'd rather someone pissed on the bus than like vomited on a bus.
Yeah. I mean, Dan's told me a story earlier where he vomited on. You know when you're waiting for a plane and you're in that tunnel.
Oh no way.
Nowhere to go.
Hungover?
Yeah, horribly hungover.
Yeah.
Just walked on just as it curves around, and I just leant over and vomited there, and there she was like.
Like out the gap where they do that sort of accordion, like.
Yeah, just before it gets there, it starts to curve around.
This is my favourite part of it.
And there Stuart goes, "Excuse me, sir, I think you've just been sick." And I just went, yeah, and walked on.
What? I think you've just been sick. Is that what that was? Fucking hell. I saw a guy actually, I was going out that like airport road to the international, like at Moira, and just as I come off the roundabout, this guy just shut the door of the car and was just like all over the floor, and I was like, poor bastard. And like, you know exactly what's happened there. He's just fucking got off the plane, got in his car, and fucking couldn't make it up the street.
What a nerd.
What a nerd, man. Oh, nothing better.
Is the start of stand-up and outdoor stuff going to be, is everyone going to be like, is it going to be the best time ever? Or are people going to be weird about going back to watch stuff? Is it like, will it be like it's never been away and people will be so into it because we haven't done stand-up in a year, people haven't gone to see stand-up in a year? Or do you think audience and performer it's going to be weird at the start?
It might be a bit weird. It'd be good. It'd be ideal if, you know, the comedians were allowed to keep working the whole time, and then regular folk were let out again. They were like, yes.
Yeah.
But the comedians are going to be weirder than the people.
Yeah.
You know? Can you just not like it? You know?
Yeah.
Just give me a couple of minutes. I'll come back on.
Like the garden show I did last year was class because I hadn't done anything in so long, and the nerves, like the rustiness was there, like, but the like good nerves just made it like giddy. You know, it was like real exciting. So I think the first few are going to be class.
That's what I want. I want a few wee gigs like that.
Yeah.
Whereas the first gigs I did last time, those Limelight ones, so you go from like nothing to there's like fucking 350 people.
Yeah.
Twice, 2 shows a night for 3. You're like pulling material just completely out of your arse, like.
But from a performing point of view, I hope in a way some of the stuff from social distancing just goes forward now. Like those Limelight shows, the table service, like nobody waiting at the bar, like, you know, doing that Limelight room towards the end of the night.
We're starting at 10. It's like 10:20. You're like, where is everybody?
Yeah, and then
they're like, there's 2 guys waiting on shots.
Yeah.
Can we not start without them?
And then eventually it's 4 deep, but the people just stay up at the bar to watch.
Yeah.
And that's when, like, that's the worst time. You know, when you have loads of people just standing at the bar. Yeah. That's when there's a bit more heckling because they feel like they're almost not in the room. You know, it's like shouting to the side.
And then they're also just like, 3 Magners. 3 sorry.
Sometimes
I give you £20.
In some venues,
shut the fuck.
Bar staff are worse.
Oh yeah.
They don't care. Cocktail mate, we're doing cocktails.
I always remember the fucking. Oh yeah, that. With a fucking Bailey's frappe and just like. Just fucking that. There's a lid on that closes, so it dampens the sound a bit. Just throwing fucking 2 peas into it for the crack.
I see that last time I did the front page. Have you done the front page in Ballymena? Paddy McGacky's gig holds 24 people or something.
No.
Last time I did that,
I do the braid and it's bad enough. Thanks.
Just about to go on stage. In fact, I go on. Barmaid follows me to take an order from the front table because it's table service because it's so cramped. I go to start just directly like in my row, do you know what I mean? So no one can see me. And she just turned to me and went, "I'll be 2 seconds." And like I'm just waiting to start the gig behind this person. I don't miss that kind of thing. Like
it's a nightmare.
But then you need so much. Like music, it's kind of like fucking set up and play and doesn't matter sometimes. But with stand up, there's so many like little details that if they're not all in a row and perfect, it's so difficult.
Yeah, like it's so hard to start a gig just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you know, just like walking on, like if you're Louis C.K. and people go nuts when you walk on. You can do it with no music or anything, but like
Yeah.
if you did it anywhere
You've
else,
got to build up the
you're like,
interest. Yeah,
hitting the mic,
yeah.
hello,
Yeah.
yeah, clap.
Yeah, and then some people go, see if you talk really low, it brings people then start to quieten themselves down to hear you. Not in Belfast, they don't.
No.
Nobody does that, people.
No.
All right, you're done.
You can be on stage for like 10 minutes and they'll be like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
there he is.
Yeah. You're like, cheers, Belfast. Oh, sorry, I missed you. It's like you're front row. You're genuinely sitting in the front row. Has lockdown made, like coming out of lockdown, is there any new things you're excited about to do? Like, is there any projects you want to do? You want to do like, a documentary about space?
Well, the good thing is, I heard someone say you're left with your choices during a lockdown, Do you want to kill your wife?
Yeah.
Do you want to burn your house down?
If you do, you've got the alarms.
Or yeah, General Banter alarms, baby. Ring the alarm. But you start to be like, what do you actually want to do? Like,
Yeah.
and I think I was kind of doing things I just wanted to do before, and the goal was always like, could you go anywhere? I don't know what that noise was. Could you go anywhere and just podcast and still be like earning money? And for about the last 8 months, I probably could have done that had I been allowed to leave the fucking house.
Oh, what do you mean? Like go like different part of the world and just
That's what I wanted to do. Like,
yeah.
From the fucking SSE gigs, lockdown was like shortly after that.
Yeah.
So that whole time I've just been thinking like, oh fuck, I wanted to go somewhere. I wanted to go I was gonna go to LA for like a month.
Yeah.
And just podcast there and have a different, like change of scenery and make cool videos and stuff. But I just haven't done anything.
Because you have like those comedians in America who are like leaving LA to go to Austin and New Orleans and stuff. Like us being like, fuck this, and just going to Macrofelt.
Yeah.
Just getting a big Airbnb and just setting camp out there.
Listen, guys, I've got a fucking podcast studio set up here. Bundoran.
It's all about to blow up in Achigal. Everybody's moving out here.
Listen, I'm starting a bit of a fucking ranch out here in Muff. It's just an elite group of podcasters, and you said pedophiles. Podcasters, just out here just making content, man. It's the funny ranch in Muff.
There's a development going in Crumlin. I mean, it's 3 miles out of Belfast, but it's a different scene. We're going to set up a scene. I love that. We're building a new scene. We're building a new scene in Sydenham.
Yeah.
All right, we're just taking over.
It's me, you, David Mead, and Snodden.
In the one house, and that's one house.
We just, yeah. They're chalets out near Muff, and they all point inwards. Cameras running at all times.
That's like those, what do they even call them? Like content houses.
Yeah, they do
in LA
those,
that all
they?
the TikTok people live in.
And then some dude who's
That'll
all
be
like,
enjoyable.
he's actually 42 and he like dyes his hair, goes in and fucking, Me Too's everybody. And they're like, this guy went undercover into a fucking TikTok house. Poorest guy there, probably.
The Belfast equivalent's like 7 people in a house in the Holy Land.
Do you have TikTok?
I have it, but I just put out old clips of existing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not doing like,
Even that's effort, isn't it?
you know,
I put a video up of me pretending to throw the baby in the lake the other day.
right.
It's about 400,000 hits on it.
Oh shit.
Out of nowhere.
God help the baby, because where's that gonna go? It's just always putting it in peril,
Yeah, I know.
just for the likes.
Well, that's what a real TikToker would do.
Yeah.
He'd be dangling him off a
Oops,
balcony and all.
guys.
Hey, Michael Jackson, hey.
Guys, I got a big update. It was always gonna happen one day.
Yeah.
Shit. It's
And then
just
started to
me.
get sponsors, and then it goes up and up and up. Where you're like throwing him, he's like base jumping off the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. You're like, do you need safety gear now for your baby? General Banter, knee pads,
Yeah.
full body
Baby
suits.
parachute. I was gonna, that fucking thing I bought for the baby, and you were like, "Where'd you get this?" And it sits on your shoulders.
Yeah.
I might have to give it to you because it doesn't fit me. Nothing to do with the baby.
Oh, okay.
It just fucking goes around my neck and shoulders, and I'm like,
What about we
Tight.
could, if we like everyone starts doing outdoor shows and stuff, may as well just do it all in one night. You have me on it,
yeah,
and then you just pass the mic up.
yeah.
Pass it down.
He's back on the stage. Tricked you.
I might go to a few of those with you just to look.
Yeah,
Stare
100%.
at the side, like.
I think with those shows, I just want to do like I was going to say experimental. I don't mean like I've got different genres of music. I just mean anything, like even bring like someone does music or something.
Okay.
Do like 10 minutes at the end, or some nights there could be 2 people on the bill, me and someone else, or some night you could have 5. It doesn't matter. You know, I just want it to be whatever you feel like it is at the time, and just mess about.
Yeah, like if you know, like if I was just like, let me go see what Kelly's is like.
Yeah.
And then I headline.
Yeah. I'll do 10 at the start, and you do 50.
Do about 50. Yeah. Crush it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just not acknowledge that you at all.
Man, is there any chance I could jump on at this? Yeah, how long you want?
Thanks so much for coming out, guys.
70 minutes.
Appreciate it.
Close the night.
And you go back on. I'm like, nah, sorry. They're getting up.
That's like.
I wonder if they're still going to take your chewing gum off you at the Kelly's outdoor venue.
Did they used to?
That was like a big thing in Kelly's back in the day. They'd take your chewing gum off you in case it was full of drugs.
Oh.
And you're like, joke's on you, it's in my ass.
Hubba bubba full of poppers. Oops.
Just the most awkward fuck. It's like, looks like a bit of chewing gum, full syringe in it. You know, it looks like a stick of Wrigley's. But here, it's a brick of cocaine. Idiot. But I can remember, like, just this wasteland of chewing gum. And I love chewing gum, you know what I mean? So I was like...
You used to fucking dive in?
No, I was just like, fucking hell, man.
Seinfeld wanted to be the first comedian back on in New York. So, like, I think it was The Stand or someone.
What a cock.
The Comedy Cellar. He's like,
cock.
I've got to be the first on. That just would not fly here. You know, if, like, say you were doing, like, just for talk's sake, like, a gig in Lavery's, and it's like the first one back. If anybody was like, here, let me be the first one, I'd be like, nah, the first person on is going to be the first person that was originally on the bill. Yeah. The idea of bumping is so big, but it just, like, you can definitely be like a last minute call up or jump on. Yeah. But to take someone else's time, that's why I liked it. That wouldn't happen here.
There was somebody, I wasn't even at Lavery's one night. Maureen's sister was kind of like, you know, telling the comedians when they were going on and whatever. Yeah. And there was someone on, I forget who it was, and they were like, I remember exactly who it was, but they were like,
give me a clue.
I'll tell you after. Who gives a fuck? They don't gig much. But I had said the Maureen's sister, I was like, oh, such and such doing this, she's doing 10, whatever. And then Neve texts me back and goes, oh, she said she has 21 minutes. And I was like, oh, cool.
It's just so solid, crew.
Yeah, I don't give I don't care a fuck what she has. She be doing 10?
Yeah.
Oh no, but the set's 21. Is it?
21 minutes so that hasn't got lost in
translation. But like you don't show up, you don't turn up and be like, this is what I'm doing. That doesn't work anywhere.
I could do 7 hours, but it wouldn't be good.
If you want me to sit on stage all night, I'll do it. Like, but it's like
there is.
You do 10 minutes. Not only can I do 10, I can do 21.
There's something I respect about the one. It's the one that's rude. It's not rude to be like, listen, I could do 20.
And if you're basing that on your home time when you were pacing up and down the bathroom, it's 3 minutes.
Yeah,
is what you have. You got 3 minutes.
See, from doing one stand-up Zoom gig, that is that feeling.
Oh fuck that.
Of like, first punchline. You're in comedy club mode. Your first punchline. You're like, oh, I better get right back on the mic. And the set.
I would have to just treat it like a podcast where I would just.
That's what I did.
Sit at a desk and have a list of stuff and just kind of talk about it.
Yeah, but
conversion therapy. Am I right, guys?
The most
would you fuck a peacock? Is the question.
Now we have here a male.
Yeah. Let me look at its cock. No, you can tell by the blue feathers. I'm gonna look at its cock. It's peacock cock. To double check. No, but it's fully blue and the other one's like a dull brown. Hey, don't believe everything you fucking, fake news.
I just want to have the first couple of shows out of the way and just ease into them and enjoy them and hang out with comedians and talk backstage, sit with like our hands under our chin and just do all that again. I miss that.
Yeah, I nearly think that has to be done separately. Why don't like all the guys
go to a venue?
No, I'm just like the hallway and like pugs. Yeah. And we're not even doing a gig. There's just 12 of us stuffed in there sweating.
Oh, did you get new shoes?
Yeah. Fuck, are nice. Yeah. Tell me this, is this funny? Yeah. And then a bit like a really old bit that would have been relevant like fucking a year and a half ago.
Mickey just nipping in and out for smokes. Dave always sits cross-legged on the ground.
Does he? Yeah. In there?
Yeah. Like writing things.
Oh wow.
Someone's the young guys in. Earn your spot. That sort of thing. I got a load of questions here. I'm going to run through some of them. Here we go.
Do you vet your question, or do you like take a glance at them first? No.
Yeah.
Do you? I don't do it, and then I'll be halfway through one, and it'll be like, you know, like slagging somebody, or I didn't realize they were gonna shit on me till I was like halfway through the sentence. Really big fan of your podcast. Thanks very much. However, you're fucking lost respect for. All right, fuck off. Should have had someone look through them.
Nick Mills, which
Fake
sounds
name.
like a name you
Fake
get
name.
witness protection. My brother went to a party in the Holy Lands in his late 20s with some of the younger lads from his rugby team. Weird. Ended up cleaning their gaff
Paddy
before
Jackson.
he drink, and not just for the sheer bands. Have you or Colin ever ended up at any random parties in the Holy Lands or elsewhere? Random party in the Holy Lands? Probably not. Not a random one anyway.
Together?
Yeah. Not random, because
Not random, but like yeah, I've definitely went to some fucking shit boxes. Like,
that would.
it kind of all just blurs into one. You know, it's just some dump of a house.
But I think that'll bother you too. The idea of this guy before he would drink had to like do a bit of cleaning. Would that would bother you as well? I couldn't relax as much.
Clean
if
what,
you see like, or if you saw like a pile of dishes like cake.
Like, I'm not just gonna fucking grab a mug with an old tea bag in it and be like, oh, Captain Morgan's, and you know, you do a bit of rudimentary like cleaning so you don't get fucking.
Yeah.
I
Random
remember
party in
our McCann used to live with these 4 girls.
Yeah.
But you know what he's like? He's like, oh, I live here, and you're like, you live there? You pay rent there?
Yeah.
Or you just sleep on a pile of their dirty washing? Like, it was a fucking toilet.
Right. I think I picked them up there once.
And I was like, I need to piss, and jump. You might have been driving. I was like, let me jump out of the car and go for a piss. And the cooker was like, I was scared to piss in the house. The cooker, like the state of it was so bad.
Yes, I know what you mean. I know exactly.
Like, it was
what you
just
mean.
Dolmio. You know, after Dolmio.
It's always Dolmio, isn't it? Even if people don't eat Dolmio.
Students are fucking idiots. They can't cook
Yeah.
anything. They're like, I'm gonna make a bolognese, and it's just like Dolmio on fucking raw pasta for months and years.
Yeah.
And it was just rock solid like that. And I was like, fucking.
Yeah.
And then he lay down on it and went to sleep.
I do remember. We were coming back from a gig to drink in somebody's house, and there were guys Mickey knew from Lurgan, and they were like, we were a bit blitz, and they were way up ahead, and they had 2 brown sauce from Subway. You know, like Subway have all the different sauce, and they'd stolen 2 of the brown sauces, and they were just caking
Like
someone's
HP brown sauce?
Yeah,
From Subway?
yeah. You can get HP sauce in Subway.
If you're a
100%.
lunatic.
I think that would do big business in the country. You know what I mean?
Did they do a breakfast roll type thing?
Yeah.
No one's getting the fucking. Can I get chicken
Steak and
teriyaki
cheese.
and fucking.
Yeah. But as I say, some country places would. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'd say they would. 2 guys just, and Mickey knew them from Lurgan, obviously, pepper in this car with like HP sauce, and we were all going, fuck me and all shit. I was laughing after about 5 minutes. I was like, how do I know that reg plate? It's my car. And I was seething, and do you not remember this? I like demanded that the guys went up to the house. They didn't know the people's house it was. Get like boiling water and clean it off. And I was just standing there going, clean that. You don't remember this?
I don't remember that at all. Did Kieran ever tell you about the time we were in Oma and we're going back to the car and the guy's pissing on his door handle?
No.
It was like across the road from a chippy, and some guy had done that thing where he's just like, what's going to cover my dick for this piss?
Right.
And he ran around the back of his wee Hyundai Getz.
Yes.
And just started pissing. And it was one of them, like, he's like, the fuck are you doing? And the guy was just like, you know, just like, I can't, I'm ready.
I've started.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
So, Kieran just stood there and watched him like shake it off.
Mate.
Fuck, so that's honestly fucking done my head in. And there was like me, him, and Aaron in the car, and it was like fucking just sparks flying out the back of it. Just would not move.
Random parties. No, don't really end up at random parties. Especially at this age, you don't end up at random parties.
Well, I've definitely been
night's
in the
planned
Holy
out.
Lands drinking a lot.
Yeah.
You know, back in the audio picnic days, bouncing from fucking house to house.
Remember so you used to premiere Barry the Blender videos in nightclubs. Well, not nightclubs, but like Stiff Kitten and stuff.
It's so funny how, like,
And there was a night.
when I think about that, like,
Yeah.
how not my decision that was. That way, you know, when you just don't know what's going on, and you like the video is getting loads of views, and someone's, oh, you should premiere that in a thing, create a night around it.
And you're probably getting bad money for it, like for what it
If
was.
any, you know what I mean? You're like, listen, the costs of.
But think about what it was. So like, people were waiting on the new Iron Fighters this was maybe like after like 6 or so. Anyway, Stiff Kitten, it was like me, you and Mickey doing stand. In fact, you weren't even doing stand up.
I don't know what the fuck I was
It was
doing.
me and Mickey doing stand up, General Fiasco and More Than Conquerors. It was like a $5,
Yeah.
and it was and you introduced the video.
Yeah.
Dan Watson might have been there, and it was it was packed. It was a great
It's
night.
insane, like.
But
But
the
again,
idea,
I don't even know. Like, I don't. It's such a haze to me now.
yeah,
It's like, what the fuck was that?
and I don't know whether that was 3 years ago or 12 years. You know what I mean?
It was probably like 11 years ago. It was like 2009, probably.
That must have been weird. You probably can't remember it, but people watching the new video in it, and you're watching them watch it. You know what I mean? Like you're getting.
Oh yeah, I was petrified. I had no idea what the fuck. I don't know who. Honestly, like I'm just like I can't, it was such a blur, that whole thing.
Charlie Boyle kind of answered this as lockdown changed your way of seeing comedy and how you deal with comedic thoughts. We kind of have talked about that. Cian McGivern, on a scale 1 to 10, how excited are you boys to do gigs in Newry? You have good experience gigging in Newry?
Have I what?
Have you had like good experiences gigging in Newry?
Never. That's why I shit on it weekly. It's a bit of a, it's like you and the Larn thing, you know what I mean? Like you've just made up a joke that you fucking hate it.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I've done like 2 gigs in it.
And it's pleasant. It's so pleasant.
I don't know, I had a couple of nightmares, like, but but whatever.
Matthew McMahon says,
Your whole outdoor tour gig, every venue, I was like, ugh.
yeah.
And then the next one, I was like, oh, fuck me. The whole list.
Oh, you'll just be sitting at home thinking of me doing
Yeah,
it.
just every one of them, I got fucking sweaty palms thinking about it. I was like, oh, fucking Castle Dark.
McGabry, you're like, oh, well, yeah, that's better, you know?
Fucking hell.
Matthew McMahon, out of you two, who could bench weight their body weight for reps? I mean, I couldn't bench 2 of my legs, I don't think. In terms of your own body weight, would that not be like a world record if you could do your own body weight?
No.
No?
So I weigh about 125 kilos. But
So
I
that would
have
be, say you had a
benched.
20 bar, that would be like 50 on each side?
No.
No?
That would be,
Kilograms?
oh yeah, it'd be 50 on each side. Yeah.
50 on each side? I could do...
But I could do that quite comfortably. I have done 160 before. My tits were fucking killing me for like a week.
Maybe I could do 35 each side. Maybe.
Okay.
But that's probably fairly relative to my...
35 each side?
Yeah,
So
maybe...
like 90k?
Yeah, but I need to work up to that.
For like 5 years?
Yes, and be a different person.
Well, yeah, you could do 200k if you train for 10 years.
If I wasn't me,
What is your body weight in kilos?
74, 75.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So lift 74, 75. Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
On a bench?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
A class. That's good. That's
Have you
good.
do you know what a bench press is? Have you ever bench press? Do you bench press at all? Have you done?
Yeah,
any
I
of it?
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you put on it then? Or does someone come in and give you a shout when your bar's ready?
I have people do the bench press for me.
Yeah. Let me phone my friend. What bench do you do for me?
Eddie Hall comes round. Yeah, flip.
Oh no, you bastard.
Can I get a follow back? It would mean the world. It's not really a question.
Who's that, Dave?
Here, there's also a question. You probably got this message too. There's a bar in Belfast that was like, we're going to be the first bar to pull a pint. You know, when you, like hospitality's back open and stuff, you fancy coming down.
How can they guarantee that?
They go, it's at midnight. You know, the night before, but 1 minute past midnight.
Okay.
I was like, I genuinely, like, I wrote back, I was like, for £1 million, I wouldn't go anywhere at midnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't go I would barely be at something that ended at midnight. I definitely am not going to something that starts at midnight. It's like when you think about people that go to the Avengers, you know,
Yeah.
it's the first showing of the Avengers at 12
The credits
o'clock.
roll, and you're like,
If I was in it, I would. If I was in it, I wouldn't go to it at that time. I'd wait, you know, until the DVD came out. I'm not going somewhere at midnight. I'm the most well rested guy in
who
Europe.
else is going to be there?
I
You
don't
and the guys from Cool FM. Fucking Stuart. What's his name?
Stuart Robinson. He'll be there, yeah.
I mean, what bar was it?
I don't even know. It was PR company. Would you become, for a documentary for 6 months, would you become like a proper local celebrity, but you're not allowed to tell anybody you're doing it for a laugh until the documentary comes out?
I mean, there are plenty of people who do that.
Yeah.
whether someone's given that title or not.
But you have to like
Just thought I would pop on here to tell
Just
you
jumping
what
on here.
fucking ointment to rub on my taint every night. Fuck off.
just jump
Shout
on
out
here.
to Topshop for letting me order this online and pay full price for it and wait for it to be delivered and it's not fit. Shout out.
Jesus Christ.
At Nike Official. That's one of my favourites.
A lot of people asking me how I take my face from what looks like regular Colin Geddis to, you know, a Kardashian. And it's a quick 90-minute makeover. That's it. Start off with this Dulux, which I just fucking scrape into my cracks.
What's a proper NI celebrity?
You've got to
Who's one that does it right?
twice a week. You've got to go to something,
Oh, no, I'm out.
and you've got to do an interview with a tattler, and the heading of it's got to be like Colin Geddis, you know, like smiling, like quite serious in the photos. And I want the headline to just be, I guess I'm just being ... me ? It's just about you're just doing your thing.
Potty mouth comedian.
You've got to have like a warning sign over your mouth, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've got some of that caution tape and they've wrapped it around a microphone and they just stand there like
Yeah.
this editorial photograph that's shite. You know what I mean? You could take a better.
What were the first photos you got done for stand up? You know, like
I think
promo
I took
pictures.
them myself for a long time.
Right.
You know, you hit the timer and they'd be like,
Yeah. I'm always pointing at someone off.
that's
camera.
one of my pet peeves is when someone doesn't just look at the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, stand over that wall and they're like,
Yeah.
just waiting.
Oh, I definitely like for 6-7 years.
All my photos are like this.
Yeah. I traded comedy photo shoots like they were for Burton menswear. Yeah. You've seen the photos, I posted them of like I vaguely knew a guy who like was into photography.
Right.
And I said, he's like, mate, if you ever wanted some photos done for comedy, I was like, yeah, 100%. Got like all the wee like blazers and stuff I could find, like silk scarves and stuff.
Oh, these are the old ones?
Yeah,
where you
and
had the
took him,
fucking blot.
took him
Yeah.
around Hollywood and was like, listen, get this one. That's me skimming a stone. And at the end, he's like, what do you want to do with these? You going to use them for gigs? I was like, nah, just send me them.
I'll figure it out later.
There's one of me. So, and by the way, this is before the time where like
Do you have the foot on the wall one?
foot on the wall. There's one of me, like hands in pockets, slightly like just looking right, and it's in like they're in like nice places. One by the graveyard down there, which is a bit weird.
Lovely spots.
That's a late night text from me. Can you meet me at the graveyard tomorrow for a shoot? I don't know. Does anybody do it right? Being a celeb, you know.
I don't know. I think you have to be like in a presenter role,
Yeah,
you know, where you're known to go about and do that sort of thing.
yeah. I don't know.
It's trying to give a fuck about things you do. I went to one thing that was like an opening of a bar because Maureen was like, oh, that looks good.
right. Yeah.
And it was at Revolution to Cubas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And turned up and I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? And it was too much commitment. They were like, guys, we're going to split you up into groups here and make cocktails and all. And I was like, I'm going for a smoke. Hadn't smoked in about 6 years. I'm going for a smoke here, guys.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It was Maureen was like, just stay for the cocktail. I was like, not in a fucking million years.
I think it's if it's something you're interested in, then it's totally different.
Oh yeah, I thought this was just like buffet and cocktails.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's activities.
Like if Puma were like, we're doing a brand collaboration with Tony Yeboah for, you know, a vintage range of shin guards.
It's niche.
I'm there, you know,
Yeah.
I'm there. But it you're right. It's that trick of appearing to care about a thing that you clearly don't care about.
Because they always push for that, you know, like, are you having a good night? Yeah, and have you posted about it yet on the
Yeah.
stories or whatever?
Yeah.
As soon if you want someone to promote something, right, send them a bunch of free shit and say nothing. And you'd be
Yeah.
like, man, I got a free fucking whatever from such and such.
Yeah.
Instead of like, if we send you a thing that has a value of like £7, will you talk?
I told you about the burger, didn't I? Burger, chips, and drink. There's a guy messaged me about a year ago. You know, and
Okay.
he's like, my family have opened up a burger place in Belfast, and he goes, is there any chance, you know, you'd come down, we're opening it up. It would mean a lot to me if you came down for lunch. He goes, if you could post like fuck about it, so not just like, you know, it's a campaign. If you could post like fuck about it, he goes, could definitely sort you out with a burger, chips, and a drink. I was saying to him, I was like, that's achievable. You know, anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's something I could get. You know, it's not something that...
Same happened to me in a Chinese. Where to sort of not being friendly with the guy, but like chat away to him a wee bit. And then I come in, he's like, here, hold that there. And he handed me like a big e-cigarette thing. You know, the one that looks like a fucking, like a Game Boy with a stick in it. And he's like, here, take that. And I was like, what is it? And he goes, just let me get a photo of you. And we own a vape shop and such and such. And I was like, no.
In a Chinese, this was?
Yeah. I was like, no. And he goes, go on, I'll give you one. I was doing like a big, because we live close to Maureen's ones, like every fucking run to the Chinese is like 15 meals.
Right.
So he goes, I'll give you one of your Kung Po's for free. And I was like, what a deal. Art of the deal there.
The value of that is like, what, £5.50 or something?
Yeah.
It's like, here, do this.
I was going to fall to my knees. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Throw in a tin and we'll do it.
Yeah. If it was like free fucking Chinese every Friday for the rest of your life, you'd be like, maybe.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's enjoyable.
And do you know what? I actually never knew the value of like the influencer thing.
I still do.
But it happens accidentally to me. So I'll be like, oh, out for lunch. That's a nice sandwich. And you take a photo of it. And then the inbox just goes, where's this, mate? Where's this? I've never seen anyone put avocado with an egg.
Yeah.
Where do they do this?
Space.
Yeah, where are you, Los Angeles? Fuck's sake, mate. It has happened. That has happened to me before. Just get bombarded, and then, you know, if you were getting paid, the follow up would be like, guys, just hopping on here, let you know.
Yeah.
The fucking sandwich was from.
You're probably better.
That's it. Those sandwiches. That's about the height of it. No one's ever like, where'd you get those trainers, man?
Yeah. But you're probably better if you're a brand and you're like, post about this. Don't tag us. That's probably better. Do you know what I mean?
Because it looks more real.
Yeah, and get that level of people. What is this? Or like wanting to know more about it. Whereas when you just show them everything about it, like, that's kind of just it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're better just be a silhouette.
It's blending in with your brand.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you about this later.
And look, my smoke alarm's not working, so definitely keen to do something there. I don't know.
We come up with the name 1L Studios. That's the best thing I've ever done.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's great branding.
It's actually my uncle. I told you a joke that my uncle wrote in a headline one time. You were like, "That's a great joke."
His uncle, but I took
it's
it.
Very smart. I liked it.
I commandeered it. 1L. But people say 1L. You know, people say 1L.
Okay.
Because like ONE.
I had to double check. I was like, which one has 1L?
Oh yes, it is Hollywood. You know what I mean? But it's better to say Hollywood.
Yeah.
Look, appreciate you coming.
2 questions? Was that 2 questions? Was that it?
No, it was about 5.
All right.
I did do some select. Some were just.
Oh, that's okay. You see, I fall into the trap of my podcast where I'm like, I've got some questions and there's 58 of them.
Yeah.
And I do every single one of them.
Right.
Hoping for a good one. And the last one is always like, would you rather fight a duck-sized horse or a duck or your dad's dick is in your arse?
You're like, thanks for the question.
They're always the worst. They're always the. Would you rather lick out your granny or have your dad fuck you in the ass? You know what I mean? Who's sitting down with it? And a CBB show, is
and
it?
then 7 of them are, where's Dan Watson?
Yeah.
Because the majority of anytime I post something on TikTok, like old clips from Keith Cruz videos, where's Bunter?
Yeah.
Where's Bunter? You know? But the one I know, like, they're not saying it like as a joke. They're like, where is he?
Was he okay?
Where is he now?
Is he alright?
Anytime I play football, anytime I go to play football, someone from the opposition, but they're not playing today. Well, for fuck's sake, he's injured.
You're like, fuck up.
It kills, like, yeah, he's on the transfer list.
Are people surprised when you're deadly all business on the football pitch?
Yeah.
There's not so much crack here.
Do you know what I do? If I make a mistake, you know what I mean? Like if I miss the ball or a trip or anything, that's when I'm like having a laugh at the sideline. But up until then, if I'm having a decent game, I'm in it. But then if I do, like I was playing away in a place called Collock, and there was about 50 kids on the sidelines giving me a bit of shit, but all in good jest. And I took a throw in. It was a foul throw, but I had meant to really throw it.
What does that mean? Put your foot in the pitch?
I didn't put my hands the whole way back. You know what I mean? It was or you're
not allowed to push through like a push pass. Do people do that like a no shoot, behind their back and all?
Yeah.
trick shots from the side. I never thought about that actually.
I fucked it up but didn't mean to, and then they all started laughing, and I turned around to them laughing myself, you know, as in like, that was for you boys, but I meant it. Worst one, like way before I was doing videos, I was playing at West Winds Estate in Newton Ards. Took a free kick right on like the throw-in line, and there was like a load of like boys down to watch this team we're playing, like West Winds. So I like, set the ball down and had to like walk backwards just a couple of yards into them.
Yeah.
And then just this big guy got me in a sleeper hold out of nowhere. It was so sly. I was 14.
Yeah.
Like he was, you know, one of those ones where he's half messing, but I made a noise when he did it.
Yeah.
I did that and got a boner.
Yeah. He's like,
I love
Did I
that
ever
kind
tell
of
you
thing.
when I played rugby at one match at like City of Derry when I was at uni? Did I tell you about this?
No.
The guy pulling his arsehole out.
No.
The guy, we finished this match, right? And the guy, I was injured, I just remembered that. So obviously I was drinking beer and smoking fags at the side.
Yeah.
But I was lingering around the fucking changing rooms, and there was like a fire door at the side. So boys were like, you know, there's like the showers were like separate. So people were just in and out with towels on it. And I was just outside, like, you know, minding my own business, looking around. And some guy just went, "Here, is there any medics around? Could take a look at this?" And I, you know, you're like, literally smoking outside, sportsman, turned, just like casually glanced, and he just pulled his full arse cheeks apart. And but you know when something really gets you and you go like really giggly?
Yeah.
I fucking I was just how juvenile it was. I really fucking lost the plot, like to the point where it was like embarrassing, where it was like I have to go like around the building here to just laugh to myself.
Did I tell you about the Lucasade cap thing? No, this didn't have an amazing mate. I was playing for a team in Belfast, and
How many dudes assholes have you seen?
as in like
I was just thinking about that. I think that's the one asshole I've
like
ever seen.
open and in detail. Maybe not.
I think it's the only
Yeah.
dude's asshole I've ever seen,
Yeah.
and it was pristine as well. Didn't look like my asshole.
That's why he was sure he'd had a bit of work. You know,
I
like,
was-
half
yeah.
a joke and half
Yeah.
like, what do you think of this?
I was like, "Where's all the fucking? Is it not caked in hair
Forest.
like mine?" Huh?
So this guy I know was like a mate was playing for a team in Belfast, and he just signed for them, and they were like wild. You know, the
Do
boys
you have to
he's playing
sign
with.
for teams, like
Yeah,
no
well,
level
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And these boys were like a bit wilder than he's used to. And there's a Christmas do, and there's like a coach or something who was like a bit of a character, you know, older sort of guy. And the manager was like, say his name was fucking Chopper for talk's sake. He goes, "You boys fucking, you know about Chopper Dick, don't you? His wee dick and all his wee dick." And they were like, "What?" These are like polite guys, and they're like, "No." He goes,
I do
"Fucking
not know about his dick.
Chopper, show him your dick, show him your dick." And the fella like takes his tracksuit on and pants down, and his dick was like that small, like he had like a micro penis. And they go, get the bottle cap. And they went, "Look, you can cover it." And they got a Lucasade bottle cap, you know, like a bottle of like 250 milliliters, and it covered it. And the guy covering it was like, "Ah!" He goes, "It covers it."
Oh my
He was
God.
loving it. Like his whole personality was built on the fact that he had the smallest dick in Northern Ireland.
I mean, you nearly want, if you're gonna have a dick that small, for it to be a joke.
Yeah. Oh no, that's yeah.
You know, you don't
Oh
want
yeah.
just regular small dick. You want like it's novelty small, where we're all having a laugh here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's what it was. They go. The manager then was like, "It don't get bigger," and was like, "Ah," like rubbing it, and they were going, "Okay," and they said it went on for 30 seconds too long. You know where he stopped laughing. Ah, look at.
After the first 30
Yeah, he's like,
seconds,
"Whoa."
he can't even get a boner.
Yeah. Doodle-oo-loo.
The
I
guy's like
literally
fucking,
saw-
you know, like he's like, "Hang on, hold that dick, hold on." Just suck this wee tiny dick. Hold my pint, now. Hold on a second, I show you. He can't even get a boner. Guy's just like. Was this before or after the Christmas dinner?
Sure. Here, the chipolatas will be 5 minutes. Get them trousers off, for fuck's sake. Unbelievable. No, I haven't seen many assholes. I don't think. Like inside.
Assholes. Like,
Nah, not many.
Dude's arses, like, you know.
In primary school, people like to talk. Lads like to move them, so you're talking.
Oh, like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that was always funny.
Yeah.
Not funny when the caretaker did it, but
Yeah.
you know,
Not funny when
funny.
the priest was showing you
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Does it not always get a laugh in local comedy?
Insert pedo joke.
Yeah. As soon as you mention priest,
It's always
in
Father
local-
Murphy too. Don't know any other ones that have a different name.
One Father Murphy ripping. One local comedy fan.
Did you see that clip of there was like a priest somewhere and he was gonna play something on a Zoom mass and then it just dropped into like some really niche like rap tune and I forget oh fuck, it wasn't like he went, oh sorry about that bit of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
It was like, sorry about that fucking, you know,
drill
Cool G rap or, you know what I mean? It was like so obscure, this track. He was digging in the crates for that one. Like,
have you ever seen the video of the guy, like local guy, like breaking into the church?
Yeah.
Did you shout? He sent me that and was like, you'll get a laugh out of this.
I want to say that was near where
you live.
I live, yeah. Someone told me that.
I just felt bad. It's a guy literally like spending 10 minutes walking into the middle of a church through all these alleyways and
he's like, yeah, I'm in the Protestant mass.
yeah, and then I can't remember what he shouts.
Don't know.
But I mean,
no one in it. Like, I don't think, was there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, was there?
It was
Oh,
packed. They were sacrificing a lamb. I don't know what they were doing, but yeah, I get weirded out by stuff like that. You know, like you could see by their faces. They're like, oh, what's this? You know, I just don't like that.
Oh.
Don't like that. I don't like that, and I don't like
beheading videos.
Cockroaches in. No, I like that. But my dad was telling me about he saw a beheading video online by mistake, but it buffered or something, and he was more annoyed with Virgin Media.
Oh wow.
He's like, I can't get this and all. And I was like,
Just
you're
turned
annoyed
on the phone.
Yeah.
He was down to a fucking spinal column and they fucking got the circle of death here. How does it finish up? Does he survive?
I'll hotspot it. Oh yeah.
Wherever it go, it's off. It's off. Never worry. That's it off. I'll call you back. Oh, he's putting it around the floor now. It's alright. Some amount of blood in there. Fuck me. Anyway, thanks for your help.
I was coming into the town there and stopped at the garage.
Yeah.
And they've a guy working the door spraying people.
Yeah. Right.
With
yeah.
links. Like sanitizer.
No Armani, no Panani.
No. I walked in the shop and he's like, any alcohol? And I went, go ahead. And he on my hands.
Right.
I was like, cheers. Woman behind me, any alcohol? And then the woman was like, oh, I can't. My hands are falling apart here with this. So no worries. And then the next woman, he's like, any alcohol? He's like, oh, and I wish. And then she was like in and out of the shop dead quick. And he goes, gee, like just too much in your business. He's like,
Yeah.
I was quick and all. She goes, I'm just grabbing fags on the school run. Any alcohol? I bet you the guy at the till's been working there since fucking 6 in the morning. Like, I'm gonna fucking blow my head off. Any alcohol for you?
Right, bro, we'll get out of here. You doing some late?
I don't know. I might just fucking fly home before
close to dinner time.
before the old traffic.
Yeah.
Before I run into any other planes on that fucking
Yeah.
bypass there up a while.
All right, my mom. Well, cheers for coming in.
I've managed to break this, by the way. It's wobbly, and the one I have in my office is wobbly. So
That's all right.
I think it's me.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, man. Thanks for coming in.